people. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. The first thing that is popping in the news, it is called Man a plan, but God a wipe out. Every day that the bucket goes to the well, one day the bottom is going to drop out. The same can be said about an incident that occurred in an old harbor, Gateway Plaza to be specific, wherein there was some big pie outs. Based on the information, it is said that two young men from Montego Bay left from Montego Bay to do some sorts of hits on a man known only as Shortman. It is said that Shortman was in the vehicle, a taxi cab. When the people them pull up, them start blaze up all sorts of can upon the vehicle that Shortman was supposed to be in. After the smoke clear, people get pie up. The next driver, the driver of the vehicle, he was rushed to the hospital. It is said that other person in the taxi were also hit and injured. Shortman maybe was hit, me not really know the case. However, based on the information, it is said that when that incident occurred, a po undercover or off duty, he saw the incident and him wheel and pop off him service revolver, and he challenged one of the GUNMEN who were said to be there on some sorts of bike. Him blaze up one of the H00TER-C0P. Him drop off, he was laid out there. A whole bunch of crowd, a whole bunch of people, a videotape. So therefore, him lay down upon the ground and pretty much BLEED out. Luckily, there was a po on the scene off duty undercover, and he put it on upon the criminals. After the smoke clear, they found this tool with an extender clip, and then there was a next magazine look like an even longer extender clip. So it seems as if he thought that he was prepared. He was on a bike. When everything kick off, it is said that one of those persons on the bike take with themselves, them left them partner, spread out Alibaba carpet. Now, I have that video of that SHOOTINGR shootout, whichever one. It did not end up too good for one of those assailants. They were spread out. There was even a video with the mother throwing all sorts of salt over where the BLOOD is. If you are involved in any sorts of obeah ritual, please let me know in the comment section what that means. Does that mean that he is going to come back? Does that mean that his body is going to haunt whoever took him out? People, me not really know. I would like to get some specifics. Now here's the thing when it comes to these so-called wanksters. It is all good for them when it is just them by themselves that have a toll and them pull up and blaze up on any sorts of innocent people. But just make them buck up pan a legal firearm holder or even the po JCF or JDF or a security guard that actually has some sorts of professional training. They are always going to have the blade, and then that firearm holder is always going to have the angle, if them not catch them by surprise. In this case, such was the case. He had a Glock, looked like some sorts of Glock, and at least 2 extender clip. You could see all sorts of hole, window, side mirror, everything leak out of the taxi. However, nobody no DEAD, with the exception of one of those assailants. As soon as him friend them hear we are going, hear the rounds, X amount of rounds, them get booming and take with themselves. Run well left them friend, run well left the people them told. Needless to say, he will have to buy back that toll, fly high or fly low. At the end of the day, the good thing is that these criminal elements always feel as if anything them want to do, them can do it. So therefore, if them feel like them just going to take people life and then there is no sorts of repercussion, no sorts of backlash, they make a sad mistake. This is a perfect example. Whenever the popo comes in any sorts of confrontation with any sorts of so-called wannabe wangster, the wangster always get whack. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, this is called mix-up time, this a mix-up time. Blender time, this a blend-up time. This is called a love triangle, better yet a love quadrangle. That means 4 people involved. However, the master manipulator in all of this is a girl. Her name is Lacey Cox, Lacey and Cox. Top scammer, top trickster, top master manipulator, everything you name it, she is it. It also involves an elderly man. His name is Connie Robb. It involves a foreigner who is putting them on blast. So you have Lacey and Cox, top trickster, foreign man, and then you have Connie Robb. So therefore is a triangle. Sorry, 3 people that is. Now people, here's the thing. Pretty much the foreign man, which got caught in the middle of all of this, probably met Lacey and Cox when she was going through some sorts of drama with Mr. Robb. She explained to Mr. Foreigner that, listen, my other man is an elderly man, however, he is very abusive. So therefore, this foreign man would be the shoulder to lean on. However, he would also get tricked by the trickster. May I talk about Lacey. So you're going to hear a couple of voice notes that this foreigner is exposing the elderly man, dissing this young girl, telling her, listen, come back for your bedded, may I go fling out your clothes, may I go carry everything go to your mama house. And then you're going to hear the foreigner at the end of this explaining everything in intricate details. As the voice note and the messages go, you will understand more. So who is who, which part is where. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
You fucking little bitch, that's why your mom gonna stress out so. Anytime you better make case and come take out your things them out of my place here. Make case and come take out your things out of my place, and what do you make me go have sex without without condom, and you know what you're doing. That's why every day you piss me every day. So just come out and tell me the truth and don't see it. Look how easily me find out. Look how easily me find out this morning. And from last night me know, from what day me know. So when you go home and 5:30 and you come tell me about tomorrow, cause you go home go sleep, you look tired. But you go home go sleep so tomorrow, cause you're tired. Or you're tired. That's why your period come in like that too. Don't you ever call back my fucking phone. You're lazy? I tell you, don't call back my phone. When you're ready and something you come for your bed and come for your a matter of fact, make the clothes them when you have the little piece of something then when you have up there, I go take them and care go give your mother. I go take out the stuff them care go give your mother and the bed head you try come for the bed head. The thing me wanna find out. So me come up here. Or landlord I call you and you can't answer. Everybody I call you can't answer. Same thing you do when you buy me, same thing you do you do now. So don't you ever call back my phone. Hey, dirty stinking girl, more you leave me alone, yeah? More you leave me alone. Me and you know nothing. Me and you know nothing. Where you watch me thing for? This make the 4th time, you know. This make the 4th time. This make the 4th time you text me. and provoke me, and I want to tell you to leave me alone. Dirty, stinking girl, leave me alone. And go watch your daughter. Your daughter no clown. Go watch your daughter. We are blind. And that you fi do. And leave me alone. What you follow me up for? Don't follow me up, man. Don't follow me up. And if you go on, I'm going to report you here.
Well, folks, there's a lot to unwrap there, but obviously the man that she cares about the most doesn't respect her, doesn't cherish her, doesn't worship her. Instead, he cusses her and disrespects her and does all those vile things. But it has more to do with her because she doesn't respect herself. That a woman would put up with that kind of behavior when somebody she supposedly cares about, yeah, she don't respect herself. But let me break this down a little bit. The first voice note that that you listened to, that she sent me, had to do, I think it was last year, prior to their breakup, and it had to do with her doing the same thing she does around me. She doesn't answer her phone. You know, she doesn't use condom when she's with a guy. She's with plenty of guys. I will do a separate video on that. She stepped out on Kanai quite a few times. Second voice note had to do with him kicking her out, coming for the bedhead that she put up in my apartment and all that stuff. And so, oh, there's a text thread right there you see on your screen from him. So yeah, they had a very toxic relationship, to say the least. But he was vile and nasty and disgusting toward her in a lot of ways over the 4 years that, you know, I knew her to be with him. But everything he said on those voice notes was true. You know, she wouldn't answer the phone. She had excuses about how she needed to go to bed. She did it with me. She does it with everybody. She controls everybody. People don't control Glacian Cox. Glacian Cox is a narcissist, and she controls everybody out there she comes in contact with. I want to be clear, the reason that I'm outing her boyfriend, Kanai Rob, is because both her and Kanai went to the police that night to file the report against me. In fact, the police told me I have Glacian Cox and I have Kanai Rob in front of me. So he's part and parcel. He's a party to that false police report. And that false police report will be coming on my channel very, very soon. I have a recording of the police reading it off, so you'll hear all the lies about that. But yeah, he is very much a part of that. I have voice notes from him that she sent me over the years. One in particular I cannot find. I've looked everywhere. My phone mashed up last year, and for whatever reason I can't get a hold of that voice note. But he said, "I wouldn't talk to you in a million years if you were the last person on the planet," blah, blah, Custer. And I'm like, wow. We actually laughed about that because later on she made back up with him, and I'm like, wow, that million years went by quick. You know, like I said, she is just, I don't know, she has a lot of psychological issues that she needs to deal with because she doesn't respect herself. And over the years, I've tried really hard to believe the stories that she told me about how Kanai locked her up in a room, wouldn't let her out, you know, had her on lockdown, literally like a prisoner. You know, I don't know that I believe that now. It could be true. You know, where she told me she was at agricultural school and she had to sleep with one of the boys there to use his laptop so she could finish the report. And then eventually I bought her a laptop. I think she uses her lies to manipulate people like myself who will fall for those falsehoods and try to help her, try to make her life better, which I tried to do the best I could. But she always goes back to the guy who disrespects her. I don't understand. But don't get it twisted. I never tried to be her boyfriend or her husband. We have too many lifestyle differences. We could not get along for very long under one roof together, although I would respect her more than he ever did. But TikTok had it right when she sent me that screenshot, and TikTok said she was rude and immature and cruel and all that stuff. Yeah, they had it right on that one. So what you're seeing now is a voice note that I sent her last year after she got into the nursing college I put her in, just telling her how proud I was, how she's motivated and she's intelligent and she's going to get through this and she's going to do well for herself, and just giving her props and bigging her up about how proud I am of her. So you see her response there. It's it's heartfelt, you know, when I read things from her where she gives me my respect and my props and all that stuff. It's heartfelt. So I appreciated the response. But then going forward a couple months, it was so easy for her to dash me away for some stupid shit. I don't understand her at all. So this video and all my other videos about Gleason Cox is a heads up, a fair warning to other men who stumble on these videos, so you'll know exactly the wolf in sheep clothing that she really is, her charm and all that stuff about her that's going to trap you in. The knowledge that you have, you can mess with her if you want, but just know what I know. And going forward, you're going to find out about her sister, you're going to find out about her mom, you're going to find out about her neighbors, you're going to find a whole heap of information about her so that you don't have to take it from me. You can know this about other people, what they say. Interestingly enough, including one of her Seventh-day Adventist church members that I interviewed recently. This will be an interesting video that I put up where you hear out of the horse's mouth how both her mom and her sister and Gleason herself, what type of behavior they have. And just so you don't think like I'm a total asshole, I emailed her a couple days ago giving her an opportunity to apologize once again, and she has not.
Now people, let's talk about all of these individuals that are involved. Main characters. The foreign man that come to Jamaica. Listen, if you are a foreigner and you was not grown in Jamaica and you have no Jamaican friend that are streetwise, these little young girl or even the elderly one, they may roll you up, they may twist you, they may turn you, they may take you for a fool. They are crafties, they are master manipulator. You hear what the man say? Him and the next man, meaning Mr. Rob, them have the same sorts of problem. That problem is Lacey and Cox. She is using both of them like a fiddle. Whenever Mr. Rob give her a problem, she run to the foreigner. Whenever she and Mr. Rob good again, she left the foreigner and she run back over and over. It is like a revolving door of ABUSE. Make up to break up or break up to make up. As it pertains to Connie, Rob and also Lacey, both of them are playing. Both of them are tag teaming on the foreigner. There is a saying in a Jamaica, cockroach no belong in a foul fight. Whenever you see man and woman have them problem, sometimes the right thing to do is intervene. However, sometimes it is best if you leave them to sort it out. Even though the right thing to do is help people whenever they are in need. However, sometimes it comes back and it haunts you. Like you hear the man say, listen, me try to help her because she always complain about Mr. Rob. However, she and Mr. Rob go to court, go land some sorts of complaint. So now I, the good Samaritan, is the bad guy. People, that is how people are. We also hear about this girl Lacey that told the foreigner, listen, me do want a laptop for use, so because me never have no laptop, me sleep with a man, me give him little of the pumps, so therefore I can finish my work. So this lady clearly shows you whatever she wants, she is going to get. Fly high, fly low, whether she have to blow or she have to put the PUMS on the counter. She is what we call a master manipulator. As it pertains to Mr. Rob, it is obvious that he is a type that you call the mother lashy, because his sister, he is an elderly man. However, this young girl is playing him like a fiddle. She is taking him for a fool. At the end of the day, like I always say, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. It is not everybody that you see that asks for help deserve it, especially when that person constantly, continually burns their bridges. That means that maybe you should not help them. maybe you should let them find their way about. However, people, it is called the power of the poems, the power of the tongue. So therefore, if you get the poems and then you get a lie, you might be in a state of denial. You might be in a state of confusion. And I guess that is the case as it pertains to this love triangle. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself.